Hello, hello, dumelang, and welcome to another episode of Beauty Conversations with the girl next door, Nala Piri. Yes, that's me. In case you don't already know, this show is about having empowering conversation, roundtable conversations about everything that has to do with beauty. We call on experts, celebrities, anybody anybody who knows way more than I do, just to talk about what is this beast called the beauty industry and what do we need to know about it. And the best thing about it is that we also get to invite you to the table to be a part of the conversation. We make the circle bigger. What we want to understand is how everyday people like you and me define beauty for ourselves. So we're not afraid to ask questions. I say this all the time. Ahuna, stupid question. Ahuna, hashtag awkward moment. This is not the show, okay? We just really want to empower you to do you, boo. La understand, I get. Because my WhatsApp community is getting bigger and better, how you join the community is you literally hit me up on 068 051 5462 and then understand. I'm so excited for today's topic, and I think it's a sensitive one for a lot of people, and I think we want to demystify this sensitivity when it comes to talking about body. And the topic that I really want to engage in today is, what does your body type say about you? Should it be saying something about you? That's really what we want to actually unpack today. And I thought, to start the conversation, let us invite somebody who is very knowledgeable on a psychological level, because I think how we experience our bodies always is connected to the psychology of things. So we've invited somebody that you obviously have seen as well. You've heard on radio on KFM. She's a huge contributor there. You've seen her on SABC once, Nyan Nyan, and she is the amazing clinical psychologist, Hlengiwe Zwane. Hlengiwe, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. I like the very experienced.
Well, I'm trying. I'm so happy that you've agreed to be a part of the conversation. I'll just get straight into it. I mean, the first question at the tip of my mind is, what is the relationship between mental health and the body experience?
There is a big relationship
Okay.
with how your body is and how you view the body and how you feel about your body. Remember, Nolo, you are inside this container. If you're not happy with the package, you're not going to show or express any happy emotions. So already we're talking about how do you feel inside. But the biggest thing is your first understanding of self that develops during teenage times.
Yeah.
When you're still growing up, when you're still being with your family, if you have a good self identity and understanding of the internal person, who are you? Who's not? Who's clinging? Before all of the other things that then comes in, it becomes way better to have a good relationship with yourself. Because as if you think about it, when we're young, everything just looks pretty. Everything is nice. Everything is all glossy.
Yeah.
Until somebody comes and say big nose, amehla makhulu, ini, khanda likhulu. All those things that they start now picking on your little things that you didn't even know they were problems. That's where the problem starts.
Yeah, I mean, but how do you silence that? Because I feel like your environment also dictates how you experience. And I mean, you're speaking about like your family, because we always just associate the body experience with society and media. I've always been in the media industry, and you always blame and attribute how people perceive and look at themselves based on that. But it's really about starting at home, right? And
Yes,
how do you separate those voices? How do you, I mean, from a clinical perspective, what's the advice you can give somebody to say, look, this is how you can actually channel the conversation about how to experience your body, because your environment will always kind of dictate how you need to feel based on culture or tradition and.
okay, so I think I like the direction that you took it to, because
Yeah.
when you say separate it, it makes it easy to start working from there. So let's look at it from a biological, psychological, and social kind of division.
Okay.
And then as the other guests come in, they will be chipping in based on those kind of poles. So biological is how are you made? How were you born?
Yes.
The genetic make, the bone structure, the physiological at who you are. Then psychologically, this is where now we start to think about the self. The self being who are you inside, your identity, your self-worth, your self-value.
Yeah.
When you start to understand the self better, that there's a self and there's the other, it is mostly based on your beliefs about yourself, about
Mm.
the world, about the future. That determines how you are going to react or respond to what others are saying. If your belief about yourself is positive, you are likely to have positive feelings about self. If your beliefs are negative, you are going to have negative views about self. So all these beliefs now comes to be how did they develop? Now we go to the third one, the social component.
Yeah.
Is it cultural? Is it society? Is it friends? Is it influence from media? Where did these beliefs come from?
Mm.
Hence, the central part is if you can start with the self, you can work around the other better. Then I can know this is genuine, this is what I have, this is my genetic, this is how I think about my self worth, this is how I rate my value. So when the other, which is the world, which is society, which is the people at your workplace, your friends, come
Yeah.
in and say anything negative, now I separate. I separate Nolo from me. I separate the magazine from me. And then now I can validate who am I based on my standards that I have created for myself as I get to know myself better.
I love that. And I feel like we don't have a lot of conversations with ourselves. And it's so weird. We don't check in with ourselves, and the voice kind of diminishes, and everything else becomes quite louder. Guys, we're talking to clinical psychologist Hlengiwe Zwane, who is schooling me. I'm absolutely feeling quite empowered by the conversation. Please do hit me up on the WhatsApp line, which is 0680515462. We're talking body and the body experience and how you experience your body based on everything else that's around you. After the break, the circle is getting bigger. There are more guests, and I would love for you to not go away. Please join us after the break.
Forehead matching, nose tone matching, cheek tone matching, chin. Want to know how to get such even and lovely skin?
That's how Even and Lovely Advanced Multivitamins reduces spots and dark patches to give you even tone glowing skin. Even and Lovely.
Get ready as Trace Originals, in association with JustPalm TV, brings you the Originators Watch Party, hosted by the one, the only, Kulichana. Looking to know more about the biggest stars such as Aries? Then catch all the episodes live simultaneously on those various social media platforms, mainly Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. For the best shows, catch the watch party simultaneously on all these social media platforms every Monday at 6 p.m. Brought to you by JustPalm TV.
Welcome back. And if you've missed us, where were you? We've been having amazing conversation. We're talking the body experience. Like, what does your body type say about you? I'm so excited because Hlengiwe Zwane, who's our clinical psychologist, has been schooling me a little bit about how we see ourselves and how our environment, more than anything, whether it's social, whether it is psychological, how does that impact the way we experience our body, which I think is a very important conversation. But I absolutely love making the circle bigger, and I keep telling you that's what the show is about. I have the most amazing ladies that are joining me in studio. Babantle Zhuang. No, seriously, I'm not exaggerating. We have the TV presenter, model, and entrepreneur behind Model Fitness, Balisa Masiteng. Thank you so much for joining us. I love you so much. We also have, I love the way because you corrected me. How do I actually say your name? Because I said Sana, and then you were like, it's actually
Sana.
Sana.
Yeah, it's almost like Sana.
Sana, who is going to actually just tell us more about like her body experience. Ufiti jwange, guys. I wish she could just stand. Like, as soon as she walked in, I was like, oh my God, like, are those thighs real? So she's going to just tell us a little bit more about her body experience. And we also have Kuki or
Yes,
like what
you-
Lisa Fox.
You can go ahead, baby.
You know, I know Foxy very well. She is just the most confident girl that you will ever meet. And I just thought, let's have a, like a table full of different women with different stories to tell about how they've defined their body experience. Guys, welcome so much.
Thank you, Nolly. Thank you for having us.
So I want to start with you, Palisa.
Okay.
You know, I think you're gorgeous. You're a model.
Thank you.
You've gotten into the business. Are you in the business? Is it beauty wellness products? What exactly is it? And how did you get into it? I mean, obviously you have a really nice career in terms of being a model, a TV presenter. You're obviously in the industry.
Yeah.
Was it a natural go-to for you?
I suppose it was a natural progression of things.
Okay.
I've been in the modeling industry for over 20 years now. I started modeling when I was 16. I just gave away my age. I started when I was 16, and I suppose, like any other young girl growing up, being the skinny one, automatically the world tells you, oh, you should be a model. Or maybe you just assume because of your body type, I should go into modeling.
Yeah.
But I think for me, it came from a very traumatic place where in high school, a group of friends were mocking me as to how skinny I am.
Wow,
And
okay.
subconsciously, I retaliated and tried to prove a point that one day I'm going to be a model. And Bob's your uncle, I became that model. But through the process, along the journey, you are influenced mostly when you really don't know who you are and understand the body itself, you're still trying to fit into what they say you should be, what you should look like, what a model looks like, because once upon a time a model was supposed to be a size 0.
Yeah.
I'm a black girl, like whether I'm slim or not, there's certain parts about me that will always be African, and the beauty was there, there's certain parts of me that generally wouldn't lose the weight off. So it became a struggle where I found myself in a place where I became unhealthy in terms of my eating, trying to become the size the modeling industry wanted me to be.
Okay.
But over the years, with growth, with time, yes, I've got into the industry. I mean, I was Miss City Press at some stage. I did Miss South Africa as a finalist. And I'm not bragging.
As I take a sip.
Just dating facts.
I know.
So during that period, you obviously get to learn yourself, know, and I think at some stage, I really, when I started getting to know who Balisa was, I used to have short hair at some point, and that wasn't the norm in the industry where, as a model, you were expected to have a weave.
Yeah.
So parts of me constantly went against the grain to not prove a point. Maybe that's just my personality, but I wanted to define it for myself.
Okay.
I needed to define what beauty was for me. Whether I am a model who is a size 0 or a size 2, it's okay. But I want to be comfortable in my own skin.
Yeah.
And model fitness came about. Because I'm an avid fitness, I'm a fitness enthusiast. I love training because, yes, you need to look the part when you are modeling. We can't take away the fact that it is a professional industry where they are obviously selling something, Yeah, so you need to cater for it, And typically, and a lot of people don't understand that, yes, for so many years, models were a certain size because it's perceived that clothes look a certain way. And
they look better
yes,
on a different body type.
Yes, and up until you get to understand that point,
Yeah.
The everyday girl wouldn't understand if you don't have this knowing that I have, because there's a lot of Photoshop that goes into the images that we see, right? There's a lot of unhealthy habits that we models go through that we don't see. I mean, I even experienced it myself,
Okay.
But when model fitness started, I wanted to come from a place where I wanted women to feel good in their skin.
Yeah.
If it makes you feel good to be that size 0, do it, but be healthy.
Yeah.
And go live an active lifestyle, eat healthy, but just make sure you feel good about yourself, because that's going to be the expression of who you are. That's what comes out, because beauty does genuinely start from inside.
I think you're talking about something so interesting, because like also like what you eat, because I love food, by the way. And I think finding the balance between, you know, being somebody who can be comfortable with their diet and also understanding that exercise is a big part. It's like a lifestyle and whatnot. I feel like people expect that to be a natural impulse and whatnot, but is it really? I mean, I know you are a big fitness person. I'm sure you're gymming twice a day now.
No, it's not that.
It's fine. I'm sure you got like to tell us.
With those legs, she probably does.
You know what I mean? Is it a natural go-to for you, the fact that you go to gym and, you know, because I feel like it's a little bit of a struggle for me. I go through phases where I'm like, I'm at gym. I got abs, post. And then I'm like, oh my gosh, a burger. And then I go through the burger for a very long time. And then, so, I mean, it's not a natural go-to. I mean, how do you keep yourself in that frame of mind? And, you know, what does it do for your body experience?
So for me, it's really about starting.
Okay.
There's nobody who can tell you that I went to gym the first day and it was amazing. You have to start. That's the biggest thing for me. You have to start. But then understanding why you're doing it.
Okay.
You're understanding that I'm not just there because I want to be seen in my new Adidas or Nike, outfit.
Yeah.
I'm there because, one, I need to be healthy.
Okay.
And I remember my father used to say when I was younger that when you are in your 20s, you gym for your 30s. When you're in your 30s, you gym for your 40s. Because no matter how much your body weight is, what you do now carries you. And this is why you can see people who look bigger or people who are perceived to be big, but they fit. And for me, it's that I've always gone down for that I need to be fit. I need to be able to say I'm eating healthy and the benefits of why I go into the gym. So it's really about looking at it from a holistic point of view, not just the looking good. Understanding that when I go there, I release happy hormones. When I sweat, this is what it does for me. This is what it does for my skin. This is what it also does for my confidence. Because the more you look good, and according to your own standards, not according to the model. I mean, I can never be the model size, no matter how much I try. But I'm confident in the fact that I'm fit. And I've got the confidence to wear shorts. I've got the confidence to wear long dress. But it's the psychology of understanding that this is beneficial for me, and it's like a relationship. We are helping each other. You help me be fit, I help you look beautiful. So it's exactly that for me. And this is why going to gym becomes easy. It's not a struggle anymore, because you understand. It's like when you work, you're going to get paid at the end. So when you go to gym, you know
you're going to get the results.
Going to get the results. And that's where it starts with me.
Well, it's so interesting because Gwena, by the way, guys, please don't forget to like WhatsApp me, because I really love hearing from you guys. Like 068-051-5462. That's where you can find me. But Gwena from Limpopo is trying to ask you a question around that. So in terms of like gymming and whatnot, do you have like a particular look that you kind of like, this is what I want to look like? Or is it just really the lifestyle or whatnot? Because I know when I'm at gym, I don't get onto the scale, but I know by looking at myself, I'm kind of getting where I want to go. Is it that for you, or is it just really about a feeling and releasing the hormones?
So it's a combination of things.
Okay, cool.
So for the look part, some people have really beautiful arms. Like they go to the gym 2 days and their arms are toned.
Yeah.
So for me, how it has worked for me is I've got stronger legs.
Okay.
So for the confidence,
no, we've seen them, girls.
For the confidence boost. For the confidence boost, I know that if for example, I've been busy or traveling, I haven't been able to go to the gym. When I go to the gym, I start with the legs.
Okay.
Because the minute they tone up quicker, then I'm inspired to do more. So yes, it's about the releasing of the happy hormones, but also you want to look good. So you find something that you look to for inspiration. Like I say, that you get girls with very toned arms, they would do their arms first, because they know that if there's anything to say, why am I doing this, it shows. Okay. Because you also don't want to be going to gym and there's no result. It's like you're feeling like, hey, I've been going to gym. So it can't be one-dimensional. It can't just be about the weight. It can't just be about the releasing of happy hormones. It must be holistic, so that at least if you're not benefiting from the one,
Yeah.
you are benefiting from the other. Looking good being the cherry on top, of course.
Okay. I mean, it is really essential about like
Yeah.
feeling good, right?
Yes.
I think so too.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean,
100%.
Foxy. I mean, your name says it all. You know, guys, I'm telling you, Foxy is just the most like vivacious, gorgeous. I love how you are just so like expressive through your clothes, through your style. You know, you're very voluptuous. How did you get to that particular place of confidence? Because there's a lot of us who just walk around and, you know, we're so critical. I mean, you might have like great like legs, and when you're at home, Kanti, you are like sizing yourself up and all kinds of things. You know, you find people where you're like, how is it that you have problems with yourself? You know, how did you get to a particular place where you're like, oh my God, girl, like you're so stunning? You know, when you go to a party and you're not ready to go home because not enough people have seen you.
Yes.
Like not enough people have seen you. That's what you give me those vibes. So I mean, like,
thank you.
what's your body experience? How did you get to this place of just like being so comfortable in your own skin?
I think for me, no more. It's affirmation and assurance. I always speak to my body. I always say, girl, today they need to feel your presence. So I speak power when I get into a room, rather. So that's where I get my confidence. You know.
Well, guys, oh my goodness. Klingu, I know you're still there, and I just really want to add a different element to the conversation, because social media, in fact, we were kind of discussing this off air with the ladies. How has social media impacted the way in which young girls experience themselves? I mean, there's obviously a positivity element to it, but is it something that has completely just diluted how we experience ourselves, or is there a way we can kind of just like, you know, redefine it for ourselves? What would your take be on that?
I think it's a little bit of both. I think I like what the ladies are saying because they're touching on a little bit of everything. And like for example, Palisa was talking about how when she was around 16, am I right? 16,
Yes.
somewhere there, 16,
Yeah.
17. Yes, when she started the modeling and understanding all of that world. So that is an external world. But around that time, if you think about it, psychologically, there is a level of development that is going on in your body that is important in understanding who you are. Your self identity starts getting to be shaped around that time. So around that time, the prefrontal cortex, which is responsible for decision making, assessment, personality development, all these things that are actually important in you deciding what is Khenyewe or who Khenyewe is and what the world is about, is still not fully developed. So in that time, you're taking external things and peer pressure from friends and everyone else, and that is the moment that defines a lot of people. Because if you think about it, media is actually a good place where you can learn other things. But if there's pressure, which is external from friends and all these other areas, and you don't know who you are and you haven't developed a good sense of self, then you end up finding yourself being pressurized. So there is something like if you have seen those doors like where it's written push or pull, and you're not sure whether you're gonna pull it or you're gonna push it. You don't know those. Those doors. If you don't read that to push you must press and to pull it will open, you get it all wrong. So part of it is there's a pull and push that normally happens with the outside and the inside. Is it internal pressure to actually fit in, or is it external pressure to actually fit in? So if it is internal, it is well regulated, or it can be regulated by better understanding yourself. So that becomes easy because you are pulled towards yourself, towards who are you, not pushed by the outside and pulling you towards things that you have to keep changing, which you can't change. Like I think, for example, their genetic makes you can't change, bone structures you can't change. But when you understand yourself better, the outside can't pull you out.
Yeah, wow. That's like a whole mouthful. I think all of us have actually gone through that push and pull kind of phase on some level. And it's a constant conversation with yourself and what you expose yourself to, you know. I think it's important, and that's probably why we are all here, just to educate ourselves more in terms of understanding what's available as well. You know, you have to align yourself with people that can give you information that empowers you. Understanding what wellness is. I feel like wellness is something people throw around lately, you know, but like people don't really understand what it really means and how you associate that with the body, you know, and I love that about your business as well. What is, I mean, I know, you know, I was actually having a conversation off here about beauty wellness, because I feel like people think it's separate things. Like beauty is very cosmetic, wellness is something else. What exactly is the whole thing about?
I think for me, if I could define wellness, how I make sense of wellness is accepting yourself for where you are and working towards a place you want to be, you want to get at. You know, so if you are someone, I mean, like one of my products, right? Personally, I'm somebody that does not prefer having a stomach, or I prefer having something to assist so that I can get that six-pack, right?
Yeah.
So the thinking behind the sweat belt was to say, okay, here's a tool to help you reach your goals.
Okay.
Do you understand what I mean? So I'm okay, I'm happy with where I am, but if I have resources and tools that can assist me to get to where I want to be, that's where I'm playing in a space of wellness to say, okay, you're fine where you are, but you can, if you're not happy, we've got something to help you get there.
Yeah.
Right? It has to start from within. That's wellness for me. That's speaking power to yourself, you know. And it's not necessarily to say, go to gym. It's about your health too. You want to live a long life. You know, you want to see your children grow. You want to feel good about yourself, because beauty is beautiful, guys. We all can recognize it as much. Yes, it's in the eye of the beholder. But what feels beautiful, when you feel beautiful, you look the part too. You know, it stops being about what the outside world thinks. It's about what you feel about yourself, and that feels beautiful, and you look beautiful.
Yeah, and I just feel like a lot of us apologize for being confident and saying those kind of things, affirmations. People make you feel really bad for saying,
Like you're too much.
Yeah, like if I'm like, oh, is it hashtag I'm looking so nice today, or hot and whatever, people are like, well, that's a little cocky, and you're like, where am I supposed to hear it from though? If I'm not like affirming myself and speaking power to that, then, you know, where am I going to get it from? Which is, I think, contributes to the idea of wellness, and because it really starts with you.
I like what you said around the wellness is also about your health. So looking beautiful and having high blood pressure, it's not attractive. Doesn't make sense. It's a package. You are mentally well. You're okay psychologically. And not because you've got the greatest life, but you're handling your emotions. You're handling your health. You're watching your diet. You're also watching how you look like. You know that, you know, I want to enter the room and look good. So you will dress up that way that you want to. So it's a combination of things. So I like what you said, really bringing the health part into it. So wellness is a package for me again, to say you're not well on one side and then the other side is not well. Wellness means you are well as a whole.
I love what you're saying about mental health, because that's where it actually starts.
And here's another thing as well, you know, and then as women, see how different we look. And as unfortunately in a space of social media, we live in a space where it's easy to compare. You know, it's very easy to... I know my body type. I'm an ectomorph. You know, my metabolism
Ectomorph is, I mean, girl,
so an ectomorph, basically, I don't have a lot of fat on my body.
Oh my
so
gosh. Is this genetic?
I suppose it is, but it's always been like that.
That's
Or maybe it's probably because
amazing.
I've always been training all my... I mean, I started high school. I used to play hockey throughout high school.
Okay.
I ran track. So
Okay.
I suppose my body got into the rhythm of training throughout.
Okay.
When I was in tertiary, I was going to gym. Yeah, I lapsed a little bit because, hey, the party lifestyle, you know, and then I was eating the junk food. But I've always been in a space where I was in the gym. And also being a model as well, I had to take care of the body also. So I guess I'm at a place where, as a woman, I understand that it's important. My self-talk is very important. I can never be a Kim Kardashian, you know. I need to be very accepting of that. And I think the self-talk at this point in my life has become more of what makes me feel beautiful. I love what you said about affirmations, you know, and taking into cognizance that, yes, I need to take care of the body and be healthy. But for me, it's that affirmation of self to know that I am enough.
But also to add on what you're saying, Nolo, I think a little bit of education as well. Educate yourself first, not necessarily going to school to learn all of these terms and all that, but take time on social networks and on the internet to understand as to where do I start? What journey is this? Because it's a journey, it's an everyday thing. You understand?
And
So
it's
for me,
different for everybody.
It's different for everybody.
Yeah.
I might be confident and all that, but I don't know what body type I am, but I know I'm happy with it.
She's an actor.
You know.
I think maybe you're a mesomorph. I think, yeah. It's,
I'll have to go
maybe
back
they
and
also
research
today. I don't know all of them. I know my body type because it concerns me.
We are being schooled, guys. Hashtag I'm enough. I absolutely love
Yeah.
We are more
hashtag.
at the end.
I'm enough.
I am enough. That is actually the hashtag for this episode. I am enough. Guys, please do not forget to send us questions, comments on 068051 5462 if you want to be a part of the conversation. But for now, we must take a break.
Forehead matching, nose tone matching, cheek tone matching, chin. Want to know how to get such even and lovely skin?
That's how Even and Lovely Advanced Multivitamins produces spots and dark patches to give you even tone glowing skin. Even and Lovely.
Get ready as Trace Originals, in association with JustPalm TV, brings you the Originators Watch Party, hosted by the one, the only, Kulichana. Looking to know more about the biggest stars such as Aries? Then catch all the episodes live simultaneously on these various social media platforms, mainly Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. For the best shows, catch the watch party simultaneously on all these social media platforms every Monday at 6 p.m. Brought to you by JustPalm TV.
If you haven't been with us, you've missed so much. Hashtag I'm enough. That is the hashtag that's literally keeping us alive in here. Body positivity. Thank you so much, guys, for your comments and your questions. Everything's streaming. Everybody's just so happy that we are actually having different conversation about how to experience our bodies and just being very comfortable in our own skin and knowing that you are who you are and you can do you, boo. You know, and that's literally why all these ladies are here, just to inspire us, to say, if you're into fitness, this is how I do it. You know, if you're into just, you know, getting out and making sure that you're not going to go home and tell about hobona, like folksy, and you know what, then this is how you should do it. But I actually want to just take a call because I know Lebohang Mahasela has just a burning question on WhatsApp, and I think she is joining us right now. Lebohang Wankupa. Okay, I think she's struggling a little bit with her network, but I think she is definitely, I mean, I see her. You know, this new normal, guys. This virtual life has just completely... It is Zoom meeting, you know? I'm sure she's trying to check, like, what kind of background. Girl, it's fine. Your background,
are enough.
You are enough. Hashtag, you are enough. Do not worry. Can you hear me?
Oh.
Okay, cool. I can kind of hear you, but, you know, like, Roberto, we need to, like, amplify you a little bit. Can you hear me, babe?
I can hear you perfectly.
Yay! I could stand up and booty hop, you know. But thank you so much for joining us, babe. So I don't know if you have a comment. Okay. I don't know if you have a comment or like a question for any of us, but please shoot.
Okay. Firstly, thank you so much, ladies, for this amazing, authentic platform. I have a comment/question for Palesa.
Okay.
Palesa, I'm a fully figured woman, and I resonate with your brand so much. And I know it's a bit of a contradiction. The brand is called Model Fitness. But I want to know, because I feel like they connect to all women there. What is the message that you hope to share with the of?
What is the what?
What is the message you hoping to get across?
Sorry, what is the message that she would like to share with people
Okay.
through the use of her product? So women who use her product, what is she hoping they will,
That's a very good question.
It's a very good question. Thank you so much, Lebohang, for that lovely question. I think the brand itself, it speaks to the fact that we are all typically models in our own right.
Okay.
So my mission is to make women feel good in their own skin.
Okay.
And if it's through fitness and if it's through wellness products, and that's what the brand stands for. I want women to get to a place where you need to understand that you have to take care of your body. It's not a maybe a if. It's a holistic in a sense that it's fitness, it's wellness, and that covers the self.
Yeah.
That is so important before the body we actually get
That
to
is
the
so
body.
important. Oh my God.
It's that those
I love that.
affirmations that
Yeah.
I am enough. I feel good, because the feeling good is what's going to get you to the gym to understand that, you know what, I want to train, I want to feel good, I want those arms, I want those legs. I mean, even Foxy, even if you wear my belt and because you want to snatch that,
You know.
it's available. That's what you want. That's what's going to make you feel good. So it's not excluding, by saying model fitness, it's not excluding anybody.
Okay.
But it speaks to the journey I've had to personally go through as a model, where I had to redefine it for myself and get to a place where I'm comfortable in my own skin. And I understood the journey so much that I would feel bad about being me, but somebody else would come and say, "Oh my God, but you're so stunning."
Beautiful.
And there was just a contradiction in how I looked and how I felt.
Oh my God, that is actually quite.
So do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
So I didn't feel it. I might have looked it, but I did not feel it. So my brand, the intention of Model Fitness, is to make sure that women feel good about themselves. And if you can do something about it, girl, then do it.
Like, that's why
We are plugged.
What's
your product?
Oh my God. Oh my God, that is so empowering. That's really, really, really empowering. I hope, Lebo, that you are answered. I'm so inspired by that. I just feel like when you look after the self, everything else, it just aligns. That's so beautiful. Guys, this has been so amazing. Like, it's so empowering. I feel like in a world where like body shaming has just become a monster in itself, it has hair, it has nails, and social media sometimes can just be at the heart of this. These kind of conversations are so important, just to rebalance, to say, no, babe, or sharp or leso, you know. It's really about looking after yourself first, and everything else. Like, there's so much that is available for you. There's Model Fitness. You know, I was asking you during the break, Jorge, were you not suffering during COVID? Because, you know, but you found ways to say, how I feel good is just by exercising, and I find different ways to make sure that I get there, you know. And just, Foxy, I absolutely love the self-affirmation aspect of things, because I feel like we're made to feel so guilty for affirming ourselves on a daily basis, to say, no, I don't need you to like kind of confirm me. I've already done that. You know?
I'm there already.
I'm at the party. Hashtag me now. So it's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. And I think these are like very conversations that we consistently need to have, especially as young Black women with, you know, with a lot of people watching us all the time, that, you know, we should keep empowering ourselves and making sure that these conversations aren't like an anomaly. But ladies, I don't know if you have anything else to say, but I really, really, really appreciate you guys being here. You just inspire me really to be better and to feel better about myself and being different.
But also, Nolo, it's good to have a love and hate relationship with your body. It's allowed.
Yeah.
How you come out of it is what matters most.
Hashtag I am enough. Guys, I can't stress that enough. So if you really, 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 really... Especially because you're made to feel bad. There's an expectation for you to feel good about yourself all the time.
Yeah, you can't.
And it's not true. It's a lie, no?
Yeah,
It's
it's a lie.
filtered.
That's what gets you to a place. Feeling bad is what gets you to
Yes.
take care of the body.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
if you think everything is fine, then hey, you're not gonna.
It's like when days are dark, friends are few.
You know.
But also
It's that mentality.
thank you for the opportunity, I think, for us to speak, because sometimes we caught up in our own world. You're just speaking about being virtual now, that you're in your house, you're in your space. But to get out here and speak to the different women, the beautiful women in their own comfortable skin.
Yeah.
So thank you for this opportunity. I mean, I feel inspired right now. I want to be you.
You know.
I want to get into the room, and I'm not leaving until everyone has seen.
I absolutely love it. Guys, this is why we're having just like empowering conversations with the girl next door, which happens to be me. So please, please keep watching the show. Keep WhatsApping me. I want the community just to get bigger and better because sharing is caring. So please, the way you do it is by WhatsApping me on 068-051-5462. It's been amazing. Thank you so much for joining us. Be beautiful and be so kind to yourself. Galarata. Thank you. Thank you, ladies.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Queen.
Queen, yes.
Queen.